Have you ever felt it? That quiet, nagging feeling in the back of your mind, the one that whispers to you in the dead of night? It's the feeling that you're standing on the edge of something great, that you're brimming with a potential so vast it almost scares you. You can see a version of yourself that's healthier, wealthier, more fulfilled. You can practically taste the success. And yet you look around and you're still here, still in the same place you were last year, or maybe even 5 years ago. Have you ever wondered why, despite all that raw, untapped potential, you're still not where you want to be? It's a uniquely human and deeply frustrating feeling. It's a silent ache, and we get really good at explaining it away, don't we? We build these elaborate narratives to make it all make sense. We tell ourselves, oh, it's not the right time, or I don't have the money, or if only I had the connections that person has. We blame the economy, our upbringing, our boss, our lack of a fancy degree. We look at successful people and we attribute their achievements to luck or some innate talent that we were simply born without. But let me tell you something, and I want you to really hear this. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's not because you're not talented enough. And it's almost never because you lack the right connections or resources. The world is full of successful people who started with less than you have right now. The real reason is quieter, more insidious. It's a single, pervasive habit, an invisible enemy that lives inside your own head. That enemy is procrastination, but not the simple, lazy kind we joke about. This is something deeper. This is procrastination fueled by a powerful, deep-seated fear of failure. Let's be clear, this isn't laziness. Laziness is apathy, it's not caring. What you're feeling is the exact opposite. You care so much that the thought of not succeeding is paralyzing. This procrastination isn't a character flaw, it's a defense mechanism. Your brain, in its misguided attempt to protect you, has created a system designed to keep you safe from the potential pain of disappointment, judgment, and shame. It's your mind's emergency brake, pulled tight to stop you from ever entering a race you're not 100% certain you can win. The problem is, in life, there are no certain races. This fear, this need for protection, manifests as what I call productive procrastination. It's the most dangerous form of inaction because it feels like you're working. This fear keeps you researching endlessly, buying another book on the topic, signing up for one more webinar, tweaking your business plan for the 100th time. You tell yourself you're just preparing, that you're being thorough. But in reality, you're just polishing the armor for a battle you never intend to fight. You're waiting for the perfect moment to arrive, that magical day when the stars align. You have all the knowledge, all the money, and all the confidence you need. But that day never comes. The perfect moment is a myth. It's a finish line that your fear keeps moving further away every time you get close. It's a horizon you can chase forever but never touch. This fear convinces you of a terrible lie, that it is safer to do nothing than to risk falling short. It whispers, if you don't try, you can't fail. And in that moment, choosing inaction feels like a relief. You've dodged a bullet, you've avoided the potential for embarrassment. But this relief is temporary, like a drug, because soon after the guilt creeps in. The anxiety returns, stronger this time because now you're another day behind. This traps you in a vicious, self-perpetuating cycle of inaction. The fear leads to procrastination. The procrastination leads to zero results. The zero results reinforce your belief that you're not good enough, which feeds the fear. And the cycle begins again, each loop pulling you deeper into a state of paralysis, widening the gap between the person you are and the person you know you could be. But what if I told you there was a way to break this cycle? A way to disarm the fear and dismantle the habit of procrastination, piece by piece. It's not a complex strategy. It doesn't require more research or another course. It's a simple shift in perspective, encapsulated in one powerful mantra. A mantra you need to repeat to yourself every time you feel that fear creeping in. The truth is, you break this cycle with one simple command. Start before you're ready. Let me say that again. Start before you're ready. Don't wait for confidence. Confidence is a result, not a prerequisite. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Plans are best refined in motion. Don't wait until the fear is gone. The fear may never fully disappear, but you can learn to act alongside it. You have to act in spite of the fear. Why is this so effective? Because action is the antidote to fear. It's the kryptonite to anxiety. Fear and anxiety thrive in the abstract, in the realm of what-ifs. They feed on uncertainty, but the moment you take a concrete physical step, you drag the fear out of the shadows and into the real world. You generate data, you get feedback. The monster you imagined in your head is never as scary in the daylight. That first messy, imperfect, clumsy, awkward step is what builds real momentum. It's the hardest one to take, but it's the only one that matters. It's the push that starts the flywheel turning. The first turn is agonizingly slow, but the second is easier, and the third easier still until the momentum becomes unstoppable. So how do we put this into practice right now? Let's get practical. First, embrace the 2-minute rule. If a task on your list can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Don't write it down, don't schedule it, just do it. Send the email, make the phone call, tidy your desk. This creates a chain of small victories that starts to rewire your brain for action over avoidance. Second, give yourself permission to create a crappy first draft. The goal of your first attempt at anything, a business proposal, a chapter, a workout, is not to be good. The goal is simply to be done. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve a business that doesn't exist. Get something, anything, down on paper. Make it messy. Allow it to be flawed. You can refine it later. Perfectionism is the enemy of done. Third, and this is crucial, practice fear setting, an exercise popularized by Tim Ferriss. Instead of setting goals, set your fears. Take a piece of paper and define your nightmare. What is the absolute worst-case scenario if you try this thing and fail? Get specific. What would be the impact on your finances, your reputation, your relationships? Then, for each point, ask yourself, what could I do to prevent this from happening, or at least minimize the damage? And finally ask, if the worst-case scenario did happen, what steps could I take to get myself back on track? When you shine a bright light on your fears, you'll often find they are not the life-ending catastrophes you've built them up to be. You'll realize you are more resourceful and resilient than you give yourself credit for. You'll see that the cost of inaction, the guaranteed stagnation and regret, is infinitely higher than the potential cost of a failure you can recover from. Every time you take one of these small actions, you are casting a vote for a new identity. You are no longer the person who thinks about writing a book. You are a writer. You may not be a best-selling author yet, but you are putting words on a page. You are no longer the person who dreams of being fit. You are a person who exercises. You may not be a marathon runner, but you are putting on your shoes and getting out the door. Action is what forges identity, and this new identity is what builds the real, unshakable confidence you've been seeking all along. It's not a fleeting feeling you hope to find one day. It's a deep-seated belief in your own ability to handle challenges, a belief that is earned through evidence. It's earned by showing up, especially when you don't feel like it. The choice is yours. You can continue to live in the comfortable prison of someday, waiting for a perfect moment that will never come. You can allow the ghost of your potential to haunt you, a constant reminder of what could have been. Or you can make a different choice, right here, right now. You can choose to honor your ambition. You can choose to be brave for 5 minutes. You can choose to take one small, imperfect, terrifying, and liberating first step. The path to success is not a single, heroic leap across a chasm. It's a bridge you build, plank by plank, with every small action you take. So, what's your first plank? What is the 1-2-minute action you can take the second this video is over? That first step is everything. It's the start of your new story. It builds the confidence you've been seeking. If you're ready to stop being a spectator in your own life and start being the main character, if you're ready to trade regret for results, then join a community that's all about action. Subscribe to Brightside Mind for more ways to overcome your fears, break the cycle of procrastination, and take decisive action towards the life you know you deserve. Click that button. Let's start building that bridge together.